The fluorescent lights of St. Mary's Mercy Hospital in downtown Chicago buzzed faintly overhead, casting a sterile glow over the maternity ward. The air smelled of antiseptic and tension, thick enough to choke on. Dr. Evelyn Harper, a sharp-tongued obstetrician with a reputation for never losing her cool, stood frozen in the hallway, her manicured hand gripping the hair of a screaming patient. The patient, Sarah Mitchell, 8 months pregnant and clad in a crumpled hospital gown, clutched her belly as if it might betray her at any moment. Behind them, Drive, James Carter, Evelyn's colleague and occasional adversary, watched with a mix of amusement and concern, while Mr. Reginald Hawthorne, the hospital's stoic administrator, strode toward the chaos with the grim determination of a man who'd seen too many lawsuits. "Evelyn, what the hell are you doing?" James hissed, stepping forward but not quite daring to intervene. Sarah's wails echoed off the glass walls, drawing nurses from the station like moths to a flame. The automatic doors to the ward hissed open and shut, as if the hospital itself was gasping. "She's faking it," Evelyn snapped, her blue dress pristine despite the struggle. "This is the 3rd time this month she's shown up claiming labor, and I'm done playing along." Sarah's face contorted, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I'm not faking. It hurts. You're killing my baby." Her voice cracked, raw and desperate, as she tried to wrench free. A nurse, wide-eyed, hovered nearby, clutching a clipboard like a shield. Reginald reached the scene, his polished shoes clicking on the linoleum. "Dr. Harper, release the patient. Now." His voice was low, authoritative, the kind that ended boardroom debates. Evelyn's grip loosened, and Sarah stumbled back, sobbing, one hand on her swollen belly, the other clutching the wall for support. "This woman," Evelyn said, pointing a trembling finger, "is a liability. She's been flagged by 3 hospitals for drug-seeking behavior. She's not in labor, she's after pain meds." "Liar!" Sarah screamed, her voice hoarse. "You don't know what I'm feeling. You're not the one carrying this child." The argument had started an hour earlier, when Sarah, pale and shaking, had staggered into the claiming contractions. Evelyn, on call and already stretched thin from a 12-hour shift, had reviewed Sarah's chart. A history of erratic visits, positive tox screens, and no prenatal care. To Evelyn, it was clear, Sarah was gaming the system, a desperate addict chasing a dilaudid high. But Sarah insisted she'd been clean for months, that this pregnancy was her chance to start over. The truth, as always, was murkier. Reginald motioned for security, but James stepped between the women, his hands raised. "Enough. Both of you. Evelyn, step back. Sarah, sit down before you hurt yourself." He guided Sarah to a nearby bench, where she collapsed, still clutching her stomach. Evelyn folded her arms, her lips a thin line, but she didn't argue. The nurses dispersed, whispering, as Reginald pulled Evelyn aside. "My office. Now," he said. She followed, heels clicking, her mind racing. She wasn't wrong. Sarah's history was damning, but the optics were a nightmare. A viral video of a doctor yanking a pregnant woman's hair. The hospital's PR team would have aneurysms. In the James sat beside Sarah, who was breathing heavily, her face flushed. "Sarah, talk to me. What's going on? Be straight." She wiped her eyes, smearing mascara. "I'm scared, okay. I know what you all think of me. I've messed up. A lot. But this baby, it's real. I feel it kicking. I feel the pain. I'm not here for drugs, I swear." James studied her. He'd seen cases like hers before. Patients caught in a cycle of addiction and distrust, their cries for help dismissed as manipulation. But he'd also seen Evelyn's instincts save lives. "Have you been to a clinic? Any doctor at all?" Sarah shook her head. "I tried. They turned me away. Said I was too high risk, no insurance. This is all I've got." James sighed, glancing at the monitor a nurse had hooked up. Sarah's vitals were stable, but her blood pressure was creeping up. "All right. Let's get you to an exam room." We'll do an ultrasound. Check the baby. But you need to be honest with me, Sarah. No games. She nodded, tears falling. I'm trying. I really am. Upstairs, in Reginald's corner office overlooking Lake Michigan, Evelyn paced like a caged animal. She's playing us, Reg. You know her type. She'll cry, get the meds, and be back next week. We can't keep enabling her. Reginald leaned against his desk, arms crossed. And you thought pulling her hair in front of half the ward was the solution. Evelyn, you're the best OB we've got, but you're not God. You don't get to decide who's worthy of care. I'm protecting this hospital, she snapped. One overdose, one bad outcome, and it's our asses. You want a lawsuit. Because that little scene downstairs is trending on X already. Reginald's face darkened. He pulled out his phone, scrolling through posts. Sure enough, a grainy video of the altercation was circulating, captioned, "Doctor attacks pregnant woman." The comments were a cesspool of outrage. This is why we have protocols, Evelyn. You should have called for a psych consult, not played vigilante. Evelyn's jaw tightened. Protocols don't stop liars. She's not in labor, Reg. I'd bet my license on it. Then bet it quietly, he said. You're suspended pending review. Go home. She stared at him, stunned. You're kidding. Try me. His tone left no room for argument. Evelyn stormed out, slamming the door so hard the framed medical licenses rattled. Down in the exam room, James watched the ultrasound tech glide the wand over Sarah's belly. The screen flickered, then revealed a tiny heartbeat, steady and strong. Sarah's eyes locked on the image, a sob escaping her. That's my baby, she whispered. The tech frowned, adjusting the wand. Dr. Carter, the placenta's looking low. Possible placenta previa. And her cervix. She's dilating. 2 centimeters. James's stomach dropped. Sarah wasn't faking. She was in preterm labor, and the baby was at risk. Get an OR prepped, he told the nurse. And Page drive, Harper. Now. The nurse hesitated. She's suspended. James cursed under his breath. Then find drive. Lee. Move. Word spread fast. Evelyn, halfway to the parking garage, got the call from a frantic nurse. She turned on her heel, sprinting back to the ward, her suspension forgotten. Sarah needed her, and damn it, she was still the best. In the OR, chaos reigned. Sarah, sedated but awake, lay on the table, monitors beeping. Dr. Lee, a competent but cautious surgeon, prepped for a C-section. Evelyn burst in, still in her blue dress, scrubbing in without a word. James raised an eyebrow but didn't question it. Placenta previa. Partial abruption, Lee said, glancing at Evelyn. You sure you're up for this? I'm the only one who is, Evelyn shot back, her hand steady as she took the scalpel. The room fell silent, all eyes on her. She made the incision, precise and swift, blood pooling but controlled. The baby, a girl, small but fierce, emerged with a wail that cut through the tension. Sarah, tears streaming, reached for her daughter as the NICU team took over. Hours later, in the recovery room, Sarah held her baby, named Lily, swaddled in a blanket. Evelyn stood by the window, watching the city lights flicker. James joined her, offering a coffee. You were wrong about her, he said quietly. I know, Evelyn admitted, her voice soft. But I wasn't wrong to be careful. This job, it hardens you. Doesn't mean you stop trying to see the person behind the chart. She nodded, eyes on Sarah and Lily. I owe her an apology. Sarah looked up as Evelyn approached. Dr. Harper. I'm sorry, I yelled. I was scared. I'm the one who's sorry, Evelyn said, her voice steady but sincere. I judged you. I shouldn't have. You fought for your daughter today, and you won. Sarah's eyes welled up. Will she be okay? She's a fighter, Evelyn said, glancing at the NICU report. Like her mom. Reginald cleared Evelyn's suspension the next day, citing her save in the OR. The viral video faded from X, replaced by a new narrative, a doctor's redemption. Evelyn didn't care about the headlines. She visited Sarah daily, helping her navigate sobriety programs and prenatal support. Chicago's maternity ward, for one brief moment, felt less like a battlefield and more like a place where miracles, messy, imperfect ones, could happen.